What is going on everyone, Nostalgia95 coming at you with another explaining Digimon episode. It has been a while, but as some of you would know, I'm working on my master thesis and boy, let me say that it does take a lot of your time. Luckily, I'm finished. Well, I still have other tasks, but the most important is that my master thesis is finished and I wanted to take a little break and relax a bit by exploring the world of Digimon. A while ago, I posted in the Nostalgia95 community page a picture of Biyomon and wondered why it wears a metallic ring. It is something which always intrigued me when I first watched Digimon, and now it intrigues me even more considering that those little aspects can ultimately define an entire character in the Digimon universe. For example, in the Explaining Guilmon episode, we talked about those signs it has, also known as digital hazard. It may at first look little, but when you think about its function, you may be surprised to the fact that something so little as markings can have a huge impact. By the way, speaking of signs, we discussed Gabumon several times and there is something that always made me curious. I'm talking about those markings on its belly. Certainly something we need to discuss, it might maybe mean something. It will be once more a big video like the one we were talking about Garurumon possibly being the champion form of another Digimon and not Gabumon. Now, Biyomon and its metallic ring was definitely a good topic because boy, when I saw the quantity of answers in the Nostalgia95 community page, I must say that you guys were pretty divided and that is what I love. We need to get various point of views and at least think about all of them. Let me say that you guys were marvelous. And in this video we are going to explore some of them because some of your arguments were very similar only in different words. I will start with the top comment, which I think is truly worth being used as the platform on which we can build this conversation. Abra Kuraichi, my biggest congratulations for reaching the top comments with 26 likes. You wrote the following very interesting comment. I personally think it's a holy ring that hasn't fully developed into a holy ring. Biyomon's Mega, Houmon, has holy rings in the same spot but on both legs. I think Biyomon has this not quite holy ring because it might show more holy attribute than most Digimon, but not enough to be a holy Digimon. Gadamon, a cat, has a holy ring, so a bird, a creature associated with the sky and heavens, could also have the potential to have one. There is a reason why I really like this comment. Well, in fact, there are many reasons why I like this comment, and I can certainly understand why it reached the top, even though I have to say that this comment would probably have received a lot of backlash. For example, Wool Poppy wrote the following, calling this a holy ring is pure conjecture, it's clearly not one in this form. And I have to say that Poppy does make a very good point. Now, I'd like to stop by two words Agra used in the comment, and I'm talking about the not quite aspect of it. It may look like something irrelevant, but hear me out. As you all know, Digimon have a great many Digivolution lines. It can vary from media depiction to stories or to various circumstances, and I must say, it can be somewhat confusing and difficult to figure out what is actually going on. Luckily, we as a community are here ready to explore the Digimon world and think about it by dedicating an entire video to just one particular Digimon. Talk about dedication. I like the not quite part of Abrar's comment because I immediately began to think about conditions which need to be fulfilled in order to reach a particular form. Abrar used Gadamon as an example, so let us include it. We all know that the ultimate form of Gadamon is Angel Woman, and both Gadamon and Angel Woman are wearing a holy ring. But then you have Black Gadamon, who does not wear a ring, and its ultimate Digivolution is Lady Devimon, clearly not a holy angel, but a devil. Does that mean that when a Gadamon does not wear a holy ring, it will digivolve to a devil? Well, not necessarily. The holy ring can be seen as a necessary condition to reach another form. The ring is sort of like an object which tells to which group you are part of, and thus you need to have one of those in order to raise in that particular society, because otherwise you're not part of it, so you cannot evolve in it. And when we're talking about Gadamon, we're actually referring to the Digimon Angelic Society. Now, a Digimon can lose the holy ring in many different ways. Angels in particular can fall from grace and turn evil, that is, usually after trying to rebel against God, so I imagine that the ring is taken from them and then they are banished. Or maybe thrown out of the Digimon Heaven. By the way, remind me that I need to explore what exactly happened in the Digimon Heaven, because I already gathered so many information which can give us somewhat of an idea. It's going to be a long video anyway, but just let me know. A Digimon can also be possessed, and therefore losing its holy ring, like was the case with Tapirmon in Digimon Frontier. And Gatomon also lost its holy ring in Digimon Season 2, making it incapable of digivolving into Angel Woman, but strangely making it able to armor digivolve despite not being a descendant of ancient species like for example Biyomon, Armadillomon and Hawkmon. By the way, this also needs to be explored because I received a beautiful comment of someone named Karma who wrote the following: what if Mekomon used the Digi Egg of Light? Can you do a video about that? We will certainly get there, and I also want to explore a what-if scenario of Devil Digimon using the Holy Ring to their advantage, because there were a few scenarios in Digimon Season 2 where the forces of evil tried to study its capabilities. It could lead us to very interesting scenarios. So, what you should remember is that there are conditions for Digimon to digivolve, and obviously these conditions can vary. I mentioned the Bancho team quite a few times. For a Digimon to reach that form, or that title I should say, they need to fight a great many Digimon without their spirits being broken. That's a condition, and again there are plenty of conditions depending on the Digimon we're talking about. So what about Biyomon then? Are there conditions to which it is subjected to in order to digivolve? Well, yes. Biyomon may be a bird Digimon but does not have good flying abilities, and that's because its wings have developed to become like arms. That is making me wonder why and how it developed in this particular way. Anyway, its dream is to become like a Birdramon who can fly freely, otherwise it will become a Kokatorimon who cannot fly at all. So now, how could the metallic ring come into play? We don't know its properties, right? Some say the ring might be for aesthetical reasons. Yes, it might, even though some of the comments were really against this idea. Castle Cancel said the following: a lot of the other comments all say that the ring is just for aesthetics in order to make it look like real-world pet birds. But knowing the Digimon franchise like I do, I can say that they never do something just for aesthetic. Even something like this mystery ring has a purpose. From here, it does not look like a holy ring, so perhaps it is closer to a power regulator instead. A very, very good comment. Why would it not be a power regulator? A holy ring, as another ring, has also something to do with power. At the moment Gatomon lost it, its power decreased to the level of a rookie despite it being a champion. So maybe the metallic ring on Biyomon's ankle has also something to do with power, right? Let me go deeper on that idea by the way, by simply showing you other comments. Sinfully Sweet Persona wrote the following: that ring could even be like a power restriction device. Marine Solar said that the ring could be the reason why Biyomon is not a good flyer, because the ring should be heavy and maybe by losing it, it might digivolve. I really like where this is going. I'm trying to think along with Sinfully Sweet Persona and Marine Solar by still taking into account the opinion of the opposition. And Mistiani's comment will serve as a big reminder. Mistiani said the following: newsflash people, holy rings are gold. Short and simple, I like it. If the metallic ring on Biyomon is heavy, like Marine Solar has said, then the question would be, how heavy would it be? And how should we know that? Because in the end, you cannot forget that Biyomon is still able to, in the least, hover in the air for a short amount of time. Not to fly like a Birdramon, but to in the least stay a couple of seconds or maybe minutes in the air. Recorda Blob wrote the following: it, meaning the metallic ring, also kind of makes me think that it is made out of Chrome Digizoid. Ah, interesting. You see, Chrome Digizoid is a scarce metal derived from Huanglong ore, a mineral with absolute hardness. It is said that it has profound weight, so it is not suitable for things like weapons or armor. Again, Chrome Digizoid may not be Huanglong ore, but it is derived from it, so it might still be heavy. Not as heavy as Huanglong ore, but still heavy, or in the least heavy enough to make a small Digimon with no real wings like Biyomon struggle with its flying abilities. And knowing that the metallic ring might be made of Chrome Digizoid, maybe Biyomon is being tested in some way. Maybe that's the condition for it to digivolve, and the metallic ring is only there to make the challenge more difficult but not insurmountable. Because again, it is said that Biyomon's wings developed to become like arms. It's developed. Following the logic, it might actually mean that Biyomon had wings in a particular point in time. Texas Gregory wrote the following: the metallic ring can probably symbolize a bird trying to fly, but it is a difficult task with something heavy. I can confirm that if Biyomon digivolves, it shows it passed the difficult task when it becomes Huumon, or Phoenixmon. Is it possible that Biyomon would like it if I hug it? Well, I don't think Biyomon would mind it if you hug it. Sorry, I did it plenty of time anyway. just make sure not to hug Bergermon, because I really think that might be your last hug. But I like this comment. I think that Biyomon in some way is being tested in its flying abilities. Failing it will result in its digivolving to Kokatorimon, and I think that we can safely assume that most Biyomon failed the test simply because of this quote. Its dream is to someday become Bergermon who can fly freely above the sky, and it seems it doesn't want to become Kokatorimon who cannot fly at all. It almost feels like Bergermon is the only alternative. No effort means that you won't reach your dreams. That is basic knowledge. If you don't fight for your dreams, you will end up with something you actually don't have. And in Biyomon's case, flight. This might explain why Kokatorimon's disposition is violently ferocious. This explains why its wing portions have completely degenerated and why it became a Digimon with a body suited for land despite having an appearance that clearly shows that it is a bird and normally should have been able to fly. So to resume, Kokatorimon might be a Biyomon who simply failed the test. And again, I'd like to repeat the term condition because if you all remember in Digimon Season 1, the Digidestined carried crests, right? What is a crest? Let me read something for you. When a Digidestined exhibit the trait of their crest, which by the way can be courage, friendship, knowledge, and in the case of Sora, the partner of Biyomon, she had the crest of love. So again, when the Digidestined exhibit the trait of their crests, the crest glows and its power is released to enable their Digimon partners to digivolve from their champion to ultimate level, or in specific cases from rookie to mega level. In that particular case, the Digidestined had to fulfill particular conditions or meet certain requirements. I think it's better said like that. Only then the Digimon could digivolve. Oh, and pay attention, we don't know why the Crest decided to make Biyomon digivolve to Bergermon. I mean, most, if not all, partner Digimon in Season 1 have numerous Digivolution lines. Why did the Crest not decide to make Biyomon digivolve to Kokatorimon? Now, if someone has an idea, please make sure to write it down in the comment section. But still, the partner Digimon had to meet certain requirements, via their human partners that is, in order to digivolve. Biyomon without human intervention might also be subjected to specific demands, as is the case for other Digimon. Now, I guess the logical question would be that if Biyomon were to pass the test with success, what then happened to that metallic ring? Did it vanish? Andreas Marrero wrote the following: perhaps as Bergermon and Garudamon, the data of the metal band is absorbed into the body, only contributing to the overall sum of data that composes the Digimon. However, as Phoenixmon, the data of that metal band is repurposed into two holy rings. This makes the metal band the basis or cast of the holy ring, but it is otherwise just a metal band whose data is not utilized until much later. I think it is certainly a very valid comment. You certainly need to think about it. Because when you take a look at, for example, Patamon, it does not wear a holy ring but is still able to use its hidden power, and the holy ring only ever manifested later when it became an Angemon. And in Biyomon's case, the holy rings only manifested in its mega level when it became a Huumon or a Phoenixmon. I'd like to return once more to the comment of Abrar. More specific, I'd like to return to a specific quote. I think Biyomon has this not quite holy ring because it might show more holy attribute than most Digimon, but not enough to be a holy Digimon. Well, I think that we need to stop by the word holy. Holy means dedicated or consecrated to God or a religious purpose. I may be stretching things too much, and for that I'm sorry. Those who have been following me for a while know that I like to stretch things out. I know that Bergermon is branded a giant bird and does not belong to the Virus Busters family, whose members are generally sacred or angelic Digimon, or those who dwell in holy areas. But Bergermon is a bird of fire, very similar to the mythological phoenix. And the phoenix may not fit your typical definition of holiness, but it remains a mythological creature close to godlike creatures at best. It is actually near holiness, if not it is part of holy creatures. If that's not enough for you, what about Garudamon, who does belong to the Virus Busters family and is derived from Garuda, a legendary bird or bird-like creature in Hindu, Buddhist and Jain mythology. He is variously the vehicle mount of the Hindu god Vishnu and a protector in Buddhism, so that's already a lot of holiness without necessarily looking like your typical Angemon and its other lines. Never forget that holiness in some way is heavily determined by one's culture, country, community, history and so forth. On top of that, even Kokatorimon, as one of Biyomon's champion forms, can fuse with Akatorimon, which is another variant of Kokatorimon, to become Sinduramon, who is a holy bird, working for Baihumon, who is a holy beast. So again, I think I repeat things a lot. In our planet, there are various communities, cultures, people who have their own definition of what holy is. It is not necessarily your typical angels who are blonde. No, whatever is considered holy takes various shapes and forms. It is very diverse, and that is what Digimon is showing you and what it is showing us. It never sets boundaries to what is and what isn't holy. Angels are holy, but beasts can also be as holy, and even birds. And Biyomon may not wear a holy ring, but its other forms are basically only holy creatures, aside of Kokatorimon that is. And I think that in order for it to reach a particular holiness, it needs to pass certain tests, like for example the flight. I don't know if it makes sense, but anyway, make sure to leave your comments in the comment section. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. My apologies for the comments I did not use in the video. There were great many interesting ones, I have to say that. If you don't mind, please make sure to write them again in the comment section, because in the end we're only talking theoretically. Whatever we claim might not necessarily be true, so anything goes. By the way, I asked a great many questions in this video, like for example, what if a Mekomon were to use a Digi-Egg? Or why did a Digicrest make a Digimon digivolve in a particular one and not necessarily to another Digimon from another line? If you have some ideas, make sure to write it down. And also, if you are new to see this video, please make sure to subscribe and support the channel. We are close to become a group of 10,000, which is still a surprise to me. Seriously, who would have thought that? I really wouldn't have thought that I'd get this far considering all the struggles I had with this channel. And if you are interested in knowing why I had so many struggles with this channel, write down in the comment section that you want it and I might make a video out of it. I should make a video out of it. Also, guys, if you are new, know that all my videos are placed in particular playlists which are always updated. That way it'll be easier for you to catch up on the newest and the oldest videos.